Audio Jungle.
Hey, so today we're going to be talking about the ZTE Blade Force. It's available on Boost Mobile for about $79, 80 bucks, and it's a thumbs up for me. So let's just go around the aesthetics of the device. So the back of the device has a cool blue tint to it with a pattern on it, which makes it completely cool. Then down the front of it, there's just the huge 5.5-inch 1080p screen. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a decent screen for what it does. The right side has the volume up and down and a textured power button. I think textured power buttons are nice. I love the texture of the power button when it's like that, 'cause it's easier to differentiate, no matter the volume up and down being like a different shape. It's easy to differentiate. You know that you're actually pressing the power button or the volume up and down. There's also on there on the other side, the SIM tray and SD card slot. You can take it out and put your SD card and a nano SIM card in there, which Sprint provides for you anyway, or Boost Mobile, whichever one you buy it from. On the bottom of the device, there's a headphone jack and a micro USB. I wish it was USB-C, but what can we complain about? Also, it's slower charging, so that's something to complain about. And then on the top of it, there's just a headphone jack. Now, on the front of it, there is the camera, sensors, and the headphone jack, and then an LED light. The camera is a 5 megapixel. On the rear, there is an 8 megapixel camera and a flash. Now, I did a dedicated video. Link will be down below to that video because I'll link it. And that's basically it about aesthetics. Now, how the device runs. Let's just get into how the device actually runs and how fast it goes. So let's go over the specifications. The device has a 5.5-inch 720p display, Android 7.1.1 Nougat, an 8 megapixel rear camera with 1080p, 5 megapixel front camera with 1080p, and a 1.4 gigahertz quad-core processor, 3000 mAh battery, has 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, and up to 128 gig card slot. So that's just the basics, and it has a headphone jack. Now, we can talk about how fast it is. So this is off right now. So hold the power button, and let's see how fast it actually turns on, because, well, it should turn on pretty fast. So it is turning on pretty fast. I'll give you that much. Now the Android logo, this is the one thing I don't really care to see that much. You know it's running Android, but this is just a boot up animation that's showing when everything starts. So once it does start up, it says no SIM card installed because I took it out. I should probably put the SIM card back in just because, and you can't swipe this away for some reason. That's a shame. Now let's turn it off of auto brightness here because I don't like auto brightness. I like it to be specific. For some reason you can't click it unless you press and hold screen to turn on. Now, I did enable in another video face unlock, but once you do get into this thing, you have your standard ZTE style. So you have your home screen here. You can swipe up from the dock, or you can click on that arrow over here, and it opens up your apps. Now, there aren't too many apps. I installed some apps over here. I mean, there aren't so many built-in apps to this. Again, I installed QuickPick, I installed Google+, and I installed Antutu Benchmark and Geekbench. So those are my apps. As for apps that came with it, Instagram and Facebook came with it, an email client came with it, so there isn't really much that came with it. So it's basically bloatware free. But let's just start off with the home screen. So tap and hold. You can change the home screen or lock screen pictures to whatever you want. I usually like that one. Or you can do widgets, which gives you all of these different widgets that you can choose from. You have to touch and hold. You can choose a ton of widgets here. There are about 5 pages of default widgets. So that's a plus. Then there also are themes. So you can either get a sport theme or just a standard Android theme. And then home, basically, let's just show this, does different animations, as you can see. So each time you switch a screen, this animation will show up. You can also shuffle it. so that each time something random will show up, or you can just do the smooth animation. So that's just the home screen, and this screen is vibrant. I love this screen. It's a great screen. Nothing wrong with it. Call quality, nice. People can hear me on the other end. Camera, I'll link the video to that one because that's its own dedicated video. As for messages, I sort of cleared this phone, but from what actually comes through, I basically like reset this phone again, but whatever comes through, it works. I like it. So let's look at the emojis here. You get default Android emojis, as you can see. So it's just the default emojis. Can't complain here. The phone feels fast. Like, I haven't had any issues with this phone. I will load up, since I've ran my Antutu benchmark, I will actually load up my score here. So this is my score, 44,714. Now, I couldn't necessarily find the device. As you can see, my device shows up, but I mean, it just didn't show up with the exact full specification because I don't know. And over here with this one, let's go to history. I got a single core score of 699 and a multi-core score of 1900. Now, I didn't run a compute score just because, but those are the results. So this phone doesn't show up on paper as being fast, but it's fast enough for me. I like it. It is fast. I really haven't had any issues with this device. Everything loads fast. I can load up maps or even photos fast. As you can see, that was fast. I can load up apps fast, so let's open up the camera. We'll open up calendar, messages, call, we'll open up YouTube, and right now we're gonna just play a song because let's just play songs. So it does sound nice, nice highs, nice lows, decent for this size speaker. It's a nice phone. I feel it's fast. If we go to the settings here, we can prove what it does run. It does run Android 7.1.1 Nougat. It's not Android O, but what are you going to do on a phone that's going to slow down if you try to do picture-in-picture, which is basically the most thing. It's running November 1st security patch, and if we go to system updates back here and over here, we'll see that there is no update. So I am running the current update for the time. So apparently update ZTE software. So I'm running the latest software for this phone as of the update as of this video. So we don't have to worry there. Now, as for storage, this is how much I had after installing 3 different apps. 16, so I have about 3.74 gigabytes usable. It's not the worst, but I mean, it could be better. I wish there were 32, but this Boost Mobile is the one doing this. There is no NFC, there's none of that, but there is 4G LTE. There is OTG support, which I did in a different video. Link will be down below to all the videos for these, whatever I post, if I'm interested in posting it down there. I have not much more to say about this. This phone is great. It's vibrant. I love the phone. I think you should purchase it yourself because this is a great phone. So if you did like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, as I like when people do that. Please hit the subscribe button too. Also, if you are interested, please follow me on my social medias, linked below. And just as always, enjoy the rest of your day.